Hey, Hamid here. In this video, we're gonna do an email redesign for GymShark brand. They generally sell gym clothing, including tops, t-shirts, shorts, and all of the good stuff. So if you don't know me, my name is Hamid. I help hundreds of brands with email marketing to generate them up to 200% extra revenue. You can see my email designs in my Behance account. And also, if you're an e-com brand owner and you need help with your email marketing, you can visit my website, bigbangflow.com, and submit the form for free email marketing orders. So GymShark actually has very simple and texty email designs. I've checked their email designs. It basically looks like this. There's no any creatives included. There's not actually too much time spent for their emails. These products are very small. There's no any call to action for each of the product, and the headline is just raw text. And the people who receive these emails probably just immediately close the email. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna create a new frame in Figma. I'm going to set the width to 1080 pixels. And what we're going to implement here is actually, let me show you what we're going to do. I'm going to use a slice tool. We'll have a hero section, which is basically this part, but very much more design heavy. So we can grab the attention of the recipients once they open the email. And we'll have another section here. So the first one is hero. The other section is actually going to say something about the brand and products, showing some details. And the third section is going to be showing some of the best-selling products of their website, so people can click and make a purchase. Something like this section. Actually, this will be the third section, but very much cooler, and we'll put much more time into that. So I have already downloaded some images from their website. You can see here in different sections, we have some images. We'll include all of them here into the design. And also, we need a copy for the email. As this is a bestseller email design, we don't really need to put too much time for the copy. We just need to give the offer, and we'll need to have some icons. We need the text for those icons, and also each product that we want to mention inside the email design. So you can use ChatGPT for this, or you can find the best-selling products of your website and find some selling points like free delivery, things like that, and include it in your email design. So we're going to start with adding all of these images inside Figma. I'm going to start with the first section. I'm going to drag them and drop them here. So we have an image of a woman and also the GymShark logo. I'm going to add the GymShark logo inside the frame. I'm going to put it all the way to the top. And we actually need a square in the background. I'm going to draw a new square. I'm going to give it corner of 40 pixel radius, and I'm going to center align that. And for the color, I'm going to use this color code. I'm going to copy that and I'll paste it here. This is a creamy, very light creamy color, and I'm going to drag and drop the girl's image inside the frame. And we actually need to add the text on top of the photo. So I'm going to copy the text from my copy file. It says under the section 1, I'm going to copy this, and I'm going to use text tool to add the text. Sorry. And I need to increase the size of the text actually. And I'm going to change the font to Montserrat. It's a popular font. You can find it in Google Fonts. I'm going to search Montserrat, and I'm going to make sure it's bold. I'm going to separate this part. I'm going to add it as a separate text box, and we want to increase the size of this 20% off as much as possible. Actually, I'm going to duplicate this rectangle in the back, and I'm going to use it as the text background. We'll need to decrease the radius and put this here. And maybe if we turn this into a dark color, something like this, and changing the text color to white, and also changing the color of this text to that dark creamy color. So it still needs to be darker, so let's try this, and also the same color for that background. Now again, I'm gonna cut this 20% and add it as a separated text box. Again, I'm gonna increase this text font size and put it behind the girl's photo. And also I want the font size of this off text to be same as the 20%. And also I'm going to put this in the back. Maybe if I decrease the opacity to 50, and I'm going to hit Control D to duplicate that, and creating an effect something like this. It makes it cooler. So I think the hero is almost complete. We just need to add a CTA. The text should be explore now. I'm going to create that. I'm going to draw a new rectangle, put the background color into dark black, and we want it to be full corner radius, and putting the center and adding the text inside. It should say explore now, and decreasing the font size and changing the color to pure white. Now we will have another text underneath the call to action button. I'm going to change the color to pure black and change the thickness to regular. I'm going to copy this extra text and paste it here, and decreasing the font size, just like this. All right, the first section, which is the hero section, is completed. I'm going to go for the second one. So I'm going to bring in the images of the second section, which are these 3 icons and main image. I'm going to put the image in the middle of the frame like this, and I'm going to duplicate the rectangle background and bring it down here. And we will need a headline. I'm going to duplicate this 20%, and we can just add the details that matters. I'm going to copy this text and we'll add it here. We want to make sure it's all in uppercase like this, and we'll decrease the font size. And the third word, I would rather this to be much larger like this, just to give it a better look and make it cooler. So this will be how our second section will look like, and we'll want to add these icons inside. Also, we need to add a text for each of these icons, which we already have them all here. I'm going to copy this icon text. I'm going to duplicate this text from the hero section and pasting the icon text, and I'll adjust it to make sure it stays, and I'll adjust it to make sure it looks cool here. Also, I want the text color to be same as this icon color, so I'm going to use color picker to change the color. Maybe if I make this left aligned. All right, now we need to create a line that indicates the corresponding parts in the clothing. So I'm gonna use the line tool to create something like this, and increasing the thickness of it. I'm gonna change the color to the text. Because this part on her body is invisible, we can do a trick here. I will duplicate this line, and for the second line we will adjust it like this. We will change the color to white so you can see it's visible now, and I want a small circle at the end of this line. So under endpoint I will click on circle, but the circle is not big enough. We can also use the ellipse tool and draw an individual circle here, something like this. So actually this line is indicating a specification about the product, the clothing. We want to do the same thing for other icons, so I'm gonna select the lines and bring them down here. I'm gonna add it here, and we'll add the text which says hug fit. I'm gonna duplicate this text and paste it here. I'm gonna put the text here and icon above. And also the final specification, I'm gonna select and duplicate all of those. I'm gonna add just a line, and also again duplicating the text and adding the third specification text. And I'm gonna adjust the icon, and it's done. So also let's add another section underneath here, because we already have these icons here, so it should be the third section. Actually, I'm gonna add these icons here. I'm gonna add them here, make sure they're all adjusted, and we'll need a text for each of these underneath them. The first one says performance ready. I'm going to copy that text and update the text here for the icon, which should be black color. The performance text is broken, and I'm going to duplicate this text. The second one says athlete approved. The same way for the third icon, minimal, bold, gym. So you can actually just find your most important selling points on your website and put them all here if you want to do something similar for your email design. Let's actually decrease the width here, and if I add small black lines here, it will look much more professional, something like this. Also, I want to decrease the text size to 32 pixels, and done. Now we're going for the next section, which is the product showcase. So I have these images, these cool images from their website, there will be 3 different products included in this email that people can click and visit on the website. And each of these products will include 2 images with the models. So I'm going to include all of these images here, and I'm going to duplicate this creamy background. I'm going to split it to almost half and decreasing the height and doing some adjustments here. So what we're going to do is we want to put these model images here, and we'll need to add some text underneath it to show some specifications. The first thing would be the product name. Actually, we forgot to add the headline for this section. I'm going to copy this. It should be train in style. We'll bring this down a bit. Oops. And I'm going to duplicate this headline for the second image and bring it here. The style word should be in the second line. Again, I'm going to increase the text size and doing some adjustments, something like this. And there you go. Let's add the product name. Here's the product name. It says Adapt X with me. I'm going to add it here. I'm going to set it to bold, increasing the text size. Okay, we need more specifications added here. So let's go actually to GymShark website product pages and see what's they're actually showing. So let's choose, for example, this one. You can see that there's few selling points here. Here they are saying that it has like 4.7 stars from reviews. They have pricing, they have sizing, they have colors. You can include all of these inside our email. I'm gonna use a rectangle tool. I'm going to create something like this. I'm going to create a corner radius. And I'm going to use a plugin in Figma called Icons 8. And I'm going to search for star and hit enter and make sure the color is black. I'm going to use this star here and I'm going to close the plugin, do the adjustment. We just want to create the same effect here. We'll have a star and a text beside it. The score for this product is 4.7. I'm going to add it here, decreasing the font size. And then beside it, we can create the sizing, this available sizing for each product. It has XS, S, and L. So I'm going to duplicate this text again. I'm going to say XS and duplicating this. The other one was S. And the final size is L. So these are actually the available sizes. And for colors, we can create some small rectangles here and showing the available colors. For example, let's say we have these 3 colors. We can show it like this and maybe brown. So these are the colors and also a call to action that people can click and go to the website, to the product page actually. I'm going to add this call to action button here and I'm going to call it shop now. Decreasing the font size and this should do the job. All right, so the first product is being presented like this and I'm going to select all of this and create a duplication of this by hitting Ctrl D and adding the second model images. Gonna add it like this and also the second image of this product. I'm gonna update the text for this product. Here's the product name. I'm gonna paste it here. And the colors are actually random. I'm creating some random colors. The other one, we can say it's green. And the sizing, for example, we can say small, large, and X large. Cool. Also the rating we can say something else and we can go for the final product. Hit Ctrl D, selecting both images and adding the third product model images. Doing some adjustments. All right, so these are the 3 products that we'll have in this email. You can still do more detailed adjustments here, but I don't want this video too long, so we just need to add the final section, which is a text actually. So I'm gonna duplicate this text by hitting Ctrl D and bring it all the way down, increasing the font size to 45, and adding this final text inside. Let's make it actually 50 pixels. And now we need to add the final section image, which is the footer. So I'm going to bring it in and add it here. Also, we can add the GymShark logo. I'm gonna copy this, hit Control C and duplicate it here. We can put it in the back, creating an effect like this. All right, our email design is completed, and here's how it looked. Thanks for watching this video. Make sure to subscribe to my channel. I share a lot of details about email marketing, about designs and strategy, so make sure you are staying tuned. See you in the next video.